She's strong right here. First thing we said to do is you got to get her weak. How do I do that? I get her head down. I break her stance. Here she's in a stance. I do this right here. I shove her head down. Now she's getting weak. Shove the head down. My hip's going to come in. Feet's going to go back. And my left arm plays a huge role. I'm going to get the deepest tight waist I can on Callie. I'm going to try to reach all the way over and grab her spinal cord. That's how far of a tight waist I want to get. And then Dave Schultz said this: you always run your hip towards her head. Does that make sense? I want to try to get her head somewhere between my shoulders and my hip, somewhere here in the middle of my body so she can't get her head up. She gets her head up, she's strong. Head down, she's weak. So here we go. Right there. Head down, hip in, feet go back, deep tight waist. My right hand, as soon as I shove that head down, I'm going to reach right underneath her butt cheek, right here on her hamstring. Head down, hip in, feet go back, deep tight waist, here. Deepest tight waist. If I can grab her spinal cord, I'll grab her spinal cord. Right hand, going to come right underneath her butt cheek or her hamstring here. Everything in wrestling comes back to your stance. So once I get Callie here, I'm doing this. Elbow is red. Callie, the only thing that's tight is that tight waist. Am I correct? Only thing that's tight is that tight waist. And here's the whole key to the move, what I'm going to show you next. All right? I'm going to get a thing called angle. All right? Come to all fours there. This is not an angle. This is an angle. It's just the wrong angle. I want to get this angle here. Once I get this angle, then she can feel the effect of both my hips as I come plowing into it. So here we go. She's in on a head inside single. Head down, hip in, feet go back, deep tight waist. Left leg's already stepping, or right leg's already stepping up. Right hand comes right below her butt cheek or her hamstring. Both elbows come back to my stance. Here's the whole key. This is what high school kids can't figure out. This is what college kids can't figure out. What little kids can't figure out. I want you guys to notice my left foot. See my left foot tapping? I'm going to do this. I'm going to windshield wiper this foot. She only feels one hip. She just feels my left hip on her. I want to feel both hips. I want her to feel both my hips. Here's the whole key to the move. Do this right here. My knee stays in the mat. It just changes direction. Here. Here, I don't have an angle. Right foot steps up. Windshield wiper this foot here. And now Callie's going to feel like I'm on that, I'm going to break her ribs. I'm going to start driving in right here. Can you move there, Callie? She cannot move. This is extremely tight. I'm giving her about 4. If I give her 10, she would really be hurt. From here, I circle, I step over. You know you're doing a leg that feels like your arm gets trapped. Push your arm in, okay? Head inside single. Head down, hip in. Feet go way back. Right foot already steps up. If this hand grabs, if her toes are curled, I grab the outside of her foot and I pull her leg this way. If I get underneath the butt cheek to the hamstring, that's where I like to be. From here, windshield wiper. Here. And now I drive my hip in. Can you move there, Callie? She can't move. Step over, arm comes out. Hey, I told you about this kid the other day, this guy named David Taylor. Russell at Penn State. Russell moved to my school when he was 10 from Evanston, Wyoming. Won 4 state titles. He was very, very good. One of the best wrestlers I've ever coached. He had one major flaw in high school. I gotta shut this off real quick. He had one big flaw in high school. It was his defense. If he could scramble so he'd still score. All right? Here's what would happen. He wouldn't scroll this left leg back. So here's what I'm talking about. Every time he shoved the head down, hip in, feet go back, he would kick his left leg back. Every time his hip would land on top of his opponent's head. He'd do this. Here. Can you see my hips on top of the head? All right. He was so good with scrambling. Post that hand. Split the middle. When people split the middle, put your hand back down. He would trap your arm right here. He'd take his right knee, shove the guy's head over. Left knee would come here. Knee slide down. He'd step over and still score from there. He called back and says, Coach, you like that technique? I go, no, I hate it. I said, one of these days someone's going to beat you. You're not going to go trap your guy's arm. Last guy to beat David Taylor, Coach J.D. who the last guy to beat David Taylor was in high school? He's from your old school. First name was Jamie.
Jamie, lightweight, I can't remember.
Jamie Clark.
Clark, yeah.
Jamie Clark from Lakewood St. Ed, up at Grand High School, which is 4 miles that way. Coach's old school. Jamie Clark beat David Taylor 10-8 in overtime. Took him down 4 times. All of them head inside single, split the middle. David didn't get his arm trapped, came out the back door and beat David. David comes off the mat and says, Coach, I gotta work on defense. I said, I've been telling you that, son. Hey, I have to kick this leg, left leg back. I never drive my hip in and up. That's where kind of I can split the middle. I always drive my hip in and down. One more time. She's on the head inside single, head down, hip in. As my feet go back, girls, you're gonna see my hips going this way. I gotta get her head somewhere in the middle of my body. Head down, hip in, feet back. I catch. Here, squeeze in. Then I gotta do this. This is the hard part. That right there. And now I can bring both the hips in. There's no way you can move. Correct, Callie? Yep. Step forward. Arm comes out. We score a lot of